And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The View from Here, Behind Enemy Lines. We are awaiting a guest who's late today. We don't know if he's going to be able to make it or not. He's a very important gentleman, Rabbi Michael Barkley. He's got his own podcast and so forth called The Rabbi's Table, Dialogue, Not Debate. But for some reason, he's been delayed, and we're trying to find out what's going on, if we have to reschedule or what. In the meantime, Mike and I are here, so hey, let's go for it.
Possible that he could show up in the midst of this. If he does,
That's happened before.
That's fantastic. So, shalom, Mr. Rabbi, wherever you are. So, I'm getting okay. So
I haven't used those things in a long time.
Yes. So, what's on your mind?
Oh God, a lot of things, but I hadn't prepared because I was expecting to talk to the rabbi about some other things.
Well,
what the heck is my list here?
He's going to talk about October the 7th. He's going to talk about. Here's an interesting thing he brought up in one of his interviews, and I didn't know this. Supposedly, there's also a deep state in Israel itself. And that's one of the reasons why Netanyahu is having problems. I did
Possibly.
No, he says it's the thing. It's for real. And he's a learned man, and it's not like he's removed from such information, so he should know. But the idea that there's a deep state there, and makes me feel like
I think there's a deep state everywhere. And you know what? At the bottom of it all, behind it all, not maybe or maybe not the number one driving force behind all these deep states is probably the royal family of England, okay, whose current king is a Muslim, a practicing Muslim now. He's betrayed the Church of England, of which he is supposed to be the head.
Yeah, well, king. It's the idea is to basically enslave the entire world. It is a supreme evil.
And as I've said before, Islam is the perfect form of people control. You say, somebody starts complaining, you say, oh, he's an apostate or a heretic or whatever, and you execute him. And then somebody stands up and says, no, he's not really that. He's just saying, oh, you must be one too. So you're this is how they have grown to a billion and a half people over several centuries, because you either convert and shut the hell up and do what we tell you, or you get killed. That's it.
It's contractual.
Kind of, yeah, but it's like saying, look, you either in 5 seconds, either your signature is on that paper or your brains are.
It's not an ideology. It is a playbook on taking over the world.
Yeah, it's a political system of control.
Right.
That's right. The best way to describe it.
That's not religion.
That's how I've described it for years.
That's not religion. That is just domination.
Any religion that tells you it's okay to marry children and to beat women on a regular basis, that's not a religion.
Right. That's a hobby.
It's and also all these people who follow this route. What? I didn't hear what you were saying. Your voice went out for a minute. What happened?
You have to listen if you want to hear.
Yeah, but you're not coming through. Go ahead. You're coming through clearly now. Not that bullshit.
Okay, so
what were you saying?
I'm not going to.
What did you say? Because it was garbled.
Let's put it this way. No, the thing is, our audience will hear and laugh well before you.
I hope so.
So the thing is that yes, our stance is very strong against these people, and the thing is, which is a little disappointing that the rabbi's not here, because this guy can speak, and whether or not he shows up today, I highly recommend you look him up, Rabbi Michael Barkley. He's another voice in the wilderness that is trying to remind everybody that this is not just political. This is a battle of good and evil.
We've been saying that for a long time, and other people, more and more people are coming out saying that we are in a struggle between good and evil.
Yeah, but when Roy, when you say it, I just take it for granted that you don't know what you're talking about. This guy has accolades. Okay,
because you're an asshole.
Rabbi. He's a rabbi. What are you? You're a guy on a couch.
Hey, there are people who are men of the cloth who aren't very religious, who aren't very nice, even. Okay, they're certainly not moral.
Yes.
The rabbi, I'm not putting the rabbi in that thing. The rabbi, I think, is better than a lot of those people.
Okay? Well, from what I can see, he is, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm looking forward to talking.
A man of good. Let's put it that way. Forget man of the cloth.
Man
of good.
A man of God.
Man of God, a man of good. Yes.
Well, there you go. Yeah, because the guy knows his Bible. That's all I can tell you, and the Torah and all that other good stuff.
Oh, hold on. Sutton just emailed me. We need to reschedule Rabbi Barclay. He never gave me confirmation for the rescheduled date. Okay, let me just. Okay, thanks.
Well, you're actually, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing the guts of this program unfold right now before your eyes. Normally, we'd charge you to be able to watch Roy basically not focus on the podcast itself and just simply type on his phone.
I am focusing on the podcast. I'm showing people what happens. Our guest could not make it today, has to reschedule, and I just asked the publicist to keep us informed. When she finds out when he can reschedule, we'll put it on our calendars.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, it's just me and Knucklehead Smith here.
Man, I could not stand that guy, Knucklehead Smith. That was Winchell Mahoney. Remember there was a Winchell Mahoney time?
Jerry Mahoney.
Yeah, Winchell Mahoney.
No, Paul Winchell was the guy, the puppeteer.
Right.
Okay. Paul Winchell. It wasn't Winchell Mahoney. It was Jerry Mahoney and Knucklehead Smith. Those were his two big creations.
Okay.
And that was on, what was it?
I got the Mahoney right.
Was it on Wonderama?
No, he had his own show. It's Winchell Mahoney time.
No, it was the Paul
Winchell Mahoney
show.
time. There was a thing
called Winchell show. There was no Jerry Mahoney time on the Paul Winchell show. Go ahead, look it up.
I'm going to straighten your ass out. Okay, let's see if they have anything on YouTube. And
he talks about me getting on the phone or something.
I think this is very entertaining.
I'd be amazed if you think.
Well, you wouldn't recognize it if I hit you in the ass. I have to learn how to spell though. Winchell Mahoney time. Wow, how about Winchell Mahoney time. TV theme show song intro. Here it comes.
That's a show intro.
Boys and girls out there, are you ready for Winchell Mahoney time?
That's the intro to the skit.
It said, "Are you?" Yeah, the Jerry Mahoney Club, not Winchell Mahoney time. Winchell Mahoney time was the TV show. Okay, so shut up.
No, it wasn't Winchell Mahoney.
No. Look it up, bitch.
Winchell.
I did.
Mahoney. Winchell Mahoney time. Oh, it was. I stand corrected. It was the name of the series, after all.
I forgive you. I forgive you because I'm a good Christian.
Shalom.
I'm having. You know what? I hate to say it, but I'm having fun right now. I'm actually having fun. So
yes, because you got one over on me.
No, that's not it. I'm just, I just.
Oh, here it is: the Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney show. That's another show.
Well, they may have made one.
It was also known as the Spidell Show.
Well, there was also the Jerry Mahoney Club.
That was in the show, though. The
Jerry
Mahoney Club.
Yeah.
That's where you had the kids, the peanut gallery, basically.
I'm freaking tired of Mahoney conversations. We're done with
where the peanut gallery came from?
No, That's from
the
Claude.
kids in Howdy Doody,
Yeah, Claude
Howdy
Kirsch
Doody show.
show.
They were
It's
called the
howdy
Peanut Gallery.
doody time. It's howdy doody time. Yeah.
You would not be in not be allowed to be on the Peanut Gallery because you're as poisonous as a cashew.
Oh, you know what?
Well, you
You,
know why I say that.
you're
You know
a
that you'll
corny.
never find a cashew for sale
You're
in the
a
shell.
corny joker. Get it?
A
A
corny joker.
corny joker.
Corny joker.
Okay, so let's talk about what's going on.
Anyway, to paraphrase Dom DeLuise in History of the World, what's next, faggot?
Okay, so one of the things that's starting to bother me. Well, first of all, I was watching Professor Stephen something or other. It'll come to me. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, the thing is that it seems as though right now the United States is set up that we're producing 30% of the world's oil.
What percentage?
30.
Blanked out there.
30.
Okay.
0. So that changes everything. You know, it changes this whole Strait of Hormuz bullshit. You know, and especially since what was it, Iraq that built an overland pipe, so this way they could
pipeline.
So there you go. So Iran's
the pipeline, I think, is running underwater too through that area, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't really look much into it. I was told that it was mostly overland, but it might actually, do something else.
No,
But,
yeah, it's mostly overland, but to get through the Strait of Hormuz safely, they probably have to put it.
It's going through the land bridge on the north, where
it's going north.
Yeah.
To Suez.
I understand that it bypasses that whole area.
Whole area.
One of the things that was going on in my mind lately is that people are so fixated on the cost of gas. And I understand, yeah, it's an expense and everything, but you're missing the freaking point, folks. For anybody's out there that's crying the blues about gas, okay, yeah, I get that. But guess what? What would you rather have? A cheap gas tank full of gasoline, or a bunch of A bombs going off? That's what I mean.
Well, no, the A bombs and the cheap gas would be on one side, and the other one is more expensive, but no A bomb.
Right. So the thing is,
not only that, it's still less expensive than it was under Biden, even though it's gone up.
And if it's coming from American sources, then that also means that we're making money that way too.
Well, yeah, the oil companies are the ones who are raising the prices, even whether or not they have to. Okay, it's just like what was it they did? What was it? I heard somebody was doing. They're getting windfall profits from something. That's what it was. The because of the COVID thing, it was recently found. Something was found to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. Oh, the tariffs. I'm sorry. These American companies like Walmart, Apple, all those big companies, they did not pay a penny in tariffs. They were supposed to collect more money from the people. So they raised their prices accordingly, even though they weren't paying tariffs. They raised their prices, okay? And people were complaining because they were paying higher prices. Now, because of this one company that sued saying, he's imposing tariffs on me and it shouldn't, and the Supreme Court said, you're right, it's unconstitutional. You got to get your money back. So that company's getting, I think, $200 million back. Now, all these big companies that never pay tariffs, Walmart, Apple, and so forth, they are saying, we want money back too. They never paid a cent in tariffs, but they're going to get billions back in tariff money. What kind of bullshit is that?
Well, that's it. That is bullshit. Um,
It is bullshit.
the purpose of the
These
tariff.
companies control the prices. And they're letting Trump take the blame because Trump is unpopular with a lot of them anyway, and they don't mind, you know, sticking it to him that way.
Well, the primary purpose of tariffs is to protect the American industry. In this particular case, it's to make sure
Yes.
that American industry is not overrun by slave labor. So if some country out there, is beating the hell out of Uyghurs in order to make cheap thises or that's widgets, you know, um, we have to protect our own country, especially since they do the same thing to us. It's not. It's not like we're all
We pay more tariffs than anyone else in the world.
right. And so the thing is that we're just doing the same thing. Plus, Trump knows how to use tariffs, man. He like, oh, okay, you're going to give us a hard time over this? Yeah, we're going to increase your tariffs. What? It's like he uses
Here's
tariffs
the other thing.
as a control mechanism.
Here's the other thing. Remember that this country was built before we had the income tax, which is unconstitutional. We built this country up through tariffs. Okay, tariffs paid for everything.
You're only supposed to pay taxes on capital gains. You're not supposed to pay taxes on income.
I'm sorry. The sound is coming screwed up. I just heard a metallic sound when you were talking.
The
Now you're frozen.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry, folks. Sometimes this happens during the broadcast. I don't know if it's Wi-Fi or what. Oh, there you go. You're back. Oh, you were clear a moment ago.
Been here all the time.
Okay, what were you saying about that?
The thing is that originally income tax was non-existent. You're only supposed to pay tax on profits. Capital profits.
Companies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Capital profits. So the thing is that you're not supposed to pay taxes on income because that is a
Personal income. No,
that's a fair exchange. Okay, but that's what they decided to do, and that we're stuck with it right now. But I think Trump was trying to go back to that. But speaking of, congratulations! Today we crossed $40 trillion in debt.
Jesus.
I know.
And you know what? The reason that keeps going up is because of all the theft that is happening. I mean, out in Minnesota, they found 92 billion just in that state alone. They found billions in California, and they haven't even scratched the surface of the total that's being robbed. And this is happening nationwide. Okay, this is why we have professional politicians these days, because they're all getting rich. Politicians were supposed to be public servants. They were supposed to serve a few terms and go home and live under the laws they pass. They don't even do that because they are exempt from the laws that they pass in most cases.
They give themselves raises in the middle of a period where the government is shut down.
Yeah, and originally they were not even supposed to be paid to belong to Congress. Okay, they were not even supposed to be paid. Well, another piece of corruption that came up was when they made the Senate an elected position, because the Senate used to be the senators of each state were appointed by the state. So if you had a Democrat state, they were going to appoint Democrat senators and Republican and so forth. But the senators in those days, they were beholden to the state. So they would do whatever they had to do to protect the interests of the state. That was the entire purpose of the Senate to begin with. Once you made them elected officials, now you have people like Chuck Schumer flying out to California and wherever he's maybe home for a few camera opportunities in New York City. The rest of the time, he's traveling all over the country collecting money. This is why he has hundreds of millions of dollars in his war chest, because he's collecting money from all these special interest groups outside of his state. And all the senators are doing this, or most of the senators are doing this, and they are not fighting for the interests of their state. They're fighting for the interests of those people who are giving them money.
Let's talk about something that's extremely important and close to my heart. Okay. Have you seen Project Hail Mary yet?
Yes, I saw it right after you did.
And was it not fun?
It was. It was enjoyable. It was really enjoyable.
Okay. So I've watched it for the 4th time.
Okay. And
That doesn't get a rise out of you?
why? You enjoyed it that much that you want to see it. Have you found stuff that you didn't notice to begin with, or what?
Well, spoiler alert. Just when they come to the point where the spaceship is about to leave, a couple of days, like in 3 days, and that's been decided. And so what happens is the main character, Grace, he goes ahead and goes to the woman who's in charge and turns to her and says, "What are you doing for the next 20 years?" He was romantically interested in her. I didn't catch that
You didn't
earlier.
catch that the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which probably explains why I've been divorced twice.
Another film I saw a few days ago with Pierce Brosnan. It was actually pretty good. Fast Charlie.
Don't know it.
I'd heard of it, but I just watched it one night and it caught my attention and caught my interest, and I watched the whole thing. I didn't expect I was going to get through the thing at all. Fast Charlie.
Well,
Charlie Swift is
I
his
watched.
name, and he's a
name?
fixer for a mob.
Oh,
down south.
And
reminds
me of
of what?
Matador.
Matador I haven't seen. You told me.
I think Pierce is in that. Plus, Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear.
Yes, he's in it. And what it is,
I haven't seen him in a while.
Pierce Bronson is an assassin that has lost his nerve, and Kinnear is a regular family guy that becomes friends with him, and the regular family guy gets him to become a murderer again. It's hysterical because he likes him that much. Get back on the horse.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's so stupid. It's
I had no idea. So it's a comedy, a dark comedy.
It's the darkest, man. Really good. Oh, I watched The Chosen Outdoors.
Outdoors
Is with Bear Gillis.
Yeah. That's
6 episodes.
It's a reality show. Go ahead.
6 episodes of the main character, the main actors in the series The Chosen, which is a series which I highly recommend. It's on Prime, and he puts these people through. I'll be honest with you. I wonder what the liability insurance looked like in that show, because I'm telling you, it was he was doing things I would not do. Okay, and I know he's an expert in everything, but I mean, we're talking risky stuff, and he was doing it with the actors. And one of the actors went ahead and said, he goes to one of the actors and he says, "So you trust me?" He says, "Yeah, because I have 2 more seasons left of The Chosen." So, and you got to see it. It's just, if you just watch the first one, you're going to hit yourself in the head. You're going to go, "Oh my God, this is insane." But anyway, I highly recommend it.
Okay.
What? The Chosen Outdoors.
Outdoors. Okay.
Now, here's an interesting side story that, sometimes I really do think that the man upstairs is constantly looking out for me. I had like Man versus Nature series from Bear Gillis, his first season, and I was watching it, and after three episodes, I couldn't bear it anymore. It wasn't that it was bad. It was just painful watching him go
Yes,
through all
you
these
told
things.
this story last episode.
Did I?
Yes, you gave away the CDs, and then you got home and it was on TV.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't even know this guy
It was
existed.
like God or the universe is saying, "No, you have to watch this, jerk."
Well, the things I gave that a try, and what made it better was the fact that in the Man versus Nature, he's alone. Now there are other people out there filming him and stuff at times, but essentially there's a sense of aloneness. And this other one, he's with somebody else and he's having conversations with him about the show. So it's kind of like it's an outdoorsy adventure show, but it also is almost an interview. It's pretty cool.
All right. Okay. Um, there was something that I found out about the other day. I haven't been able to find the entire thing, but I did see one that was had maybe about 20 minutes worth of clips about it. It's Bill Whittle produced it. It was called, what was it called? Oh, come on, man. What We Saw, An Empire of Terror. It explains what happened in the Soviet Union. You know, people talk about Hitler and how he killed 20 million Jews and he killed 20 million other people. This now, Stalin alone killed 20 million Russians. Okay, in the 50s, he starved them because he thought, oh well, they were against me and so forth. Let them starve.
Mao
And
Zedong
you know
killed
who was even worse? I mean, we know that Mao is said to have killed somewhere
100.
between, I've heard anywhere from 50 to 100 million.
Yeah,
Mao. However, Lenin killed more people than Hitler ever even dreamed of killing. Okay, Vladimir Lenin was a very, very evil man. Anyway, it talks about how what Lenin did and to get power, what he did after he got power, how many millions of people were killed, and all that. He tried to kill the entire proletariat. That was anybody who was educated, had money, had a business, whatever, had farm land, killed them all. Okay, and he was able to get these Bolsheviks, who later on changed their name to communists, to go along with it. And a lot of the Bolsheviks themselves were killed because there were power struggles within the Communist Party.
Something I want to remind our listeners about. We have a website. It's called The View from Here Behind Enemy Lines. There'll be a link to it on this video. And one of the videos that I would like you guys to actually watch is on our first homepage. It's got a title called, well, I put down "Watch Now" above it, and it says "Full Billet." Okay, what it is the Secretary General of NATO thanking Trump for his how he was dealing with Iran, and that this guy publicly declares that yes, there was a nuclear threat with Iran, and what Trump did was fantastic, and he can't thank him enough. And when I first saw this, I was stunned because this is exactly what I needed to see. I I personally believed that Trump was doing the right thing. But the fact
Yeah,
of the
me too.
matter is, when you have somebody with his authority speaking for NATO, saying thank you, and it's almost embarrassing how much he basically gratiates him. You know, it's just amazing. So it's on our front page on our website, and for all you out there, if we don't get a lot of activity on our website, we're going to have to close it down. So we would appreciate if you like this series, go to our website, see what's there for you, and just have fun with it,
Sure.
and make it worth having, because we put a lot of work into the site, and we do it for you. But if you don't use it, it's no good to anybody. That's me.
Getting back to the war again. Remember, a lot of people are upset that Trump started a new war. This now, he didn't start a new war. Remember, Iran declared war on us in 1979. They've been at war with us since then. They've killed thousands of Americans over the years, and now they were threatening the world with nuclear weapons. Trump did not start this war. Trump is ending this war. And that's what a lot of people refuse to accept.
If anything, our attacking Iran proved one thing for sure. A number of things. Number one, Iran will destroy anybody in order to get their way. So they have this human shield attitude where I'm going to use these civilians as human shields, and you can't hurt me. Otherwise, you're going to get bad PR.
Yeah, this is what Hamas and Hezbollah do down in Lebanon and Gaza and Israel.
So they shot missiles and hit all kinds of locations all around them in all different kinds of countries.
Muslims, yeah.
Fellow Muslims, but they're clearly not fellow Muslims. But the thing is that they attacked all these people that
Sunni Muslim. They're attacking Sunni Muslim nations because they are Shiites, and those two factions have been at heads with each other for centuries too.
But the best point is that those people that they attacked had not attacked them at that time. They were basically dormant. Okay. And the thing is that
say that they were attacking our bases in those countries. It wasn't just our bases though; they were attacking the oil production of those countries,
and airports,
too. Yeah.
So the thing is that so they prove themselves to be mad dogs in that way, that they have absolutely no consideration for anybody, especially innocents. Okay. Then on top of that, they proved their capacity in regards to distance, how far they can throw these rockets. Okay. The one hit, what is it, in Pakistan, 2,400 miles away?
Yeah, they have the capacity to go intercontinental.
Right. And now
getting a couple of those and putting nuclear warheads on them and sending them our way.
The newest report is
actually, if they were to bomb London the way London is nowadays, it wouldn't bother me. I'm sorry. I apologize to the true Britons for that.
Yeah. The news is now that they've achieved the capacity to be able to go up to 4,000 miles with their missiles.
Okay.
That's a big reach. So I don't know if that can cross the Atlantic, but it might be able to. So anyway, the thing is that
if they fired it off a ship they don't have any ships anymore.
They prove themselves to be rabid dogs. So they're basically only interested in killing. They're not interested in doing anything useful. Okay, and the thing is that no, I don't want to say that. But anyway, so that's one thing. Now just imagine you have this mad dog that's already proven itself to be crazy. You think that guy won't go ahead and throw something heavier to make it bigger?
They're not afraid of dying because they think that in the next life they're going to have it better. Okay, so they're not afraid of dying. I think we should help them along the way. Just nuke the damn place.
They're not afraid of dying.
Unfortunately, you have a lot of Persians who would be killed, and these Persians used to live like Westerners before the Ayatollah Khomeini. May he roast in hell forever and ever and ever, and never be out of pain. He destroyed Iran and its culture and everything. All these countries, if you look at pictures before and after, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, Jordan, they were all almost westernized. And then these people came along and they came along with their, you can rape any woman that you want and so forth. You got to cover them up with burqas and hijabs and everything. And that's still not going to stop them from raping them. And then they have these rapists who they have these boys little young boys, they dress up as women and they rape them all the time. They have parties and that. This is somebody did a podcast or episode on that, saying that they were, or a video exposing them as closeted homosexuals.
Yes. Yeah. It's the thing is that as far as I'm concerned, what they are is basically sadists, and using religion as an excuse for that sadism. They
Yeah,
are the
they're
most
evil. They are evil.
evil. They're vile. They're demons. That's what they are. They're
They're
satanic
demonic. Yeah.
demons. Yes. So
We
that
are we are in a struggle for control of the world in which good and evil are banging heads right now.
right, right.
Yeah,
But
and good has been allowing evil to advance too far. We have
the
to start fighting back soon.
the only thing that they've done that actually is positive, so to speak, is the fact they've gone so far that even the blind can see how ugly they are.
Yeah, but
they're
you still
useless.
have gays in the United States and and in Europe who are pro Hamas, pro Palestinian, and so forth.
Again,
You know,
suicidal empathy. You
Susan
know,
Sutton, I mean, is asking what day and time is available. I'll tell her I have to get back to you. I'll have
you can answer them right now.
back.
Say
No,
next.
no. Next week I have my aunt's funeral. You know,
Okay, all right then.
my last aunt from the last of her generation just passed away. So
Yeah,
next
take
week
care. All right.
next week's going to be filled up for me.
Just tell them
But
get.
anyway, I told her I'll have to get back to you.
So the thing is that we're talking about a cult of a satanic cult. That's essentially what they are, and they Sharia law is nothing more than an evil, disgusting, anti-human doctrine. That's all it is. It's not a law. It's an abomination, and you know we've been far too tolerant, and we're done with that.
Yeah.
And that's not just happening. There are throughout the world. There are um, things that are upsetting the Muslim communities. They're they're making laws that's stopping them from building their mosques. I forget which country. I think it was Denmark. Said no. If you come over here, you have to
Yeah, no
learn
more mosques. Mosques are a sign of
our.
conquest. One,
Mhm.
two. You have I don't know how many hundreds of mosques in cities across the country, and these people are still going out into the streets and interrupting everybody else's day by praying in the streets. There's no need for that. They also annoy people with their call to prayer 5 times a week, a day. Now that used to be a thing over the centuries because people didn't have clocks. They didn't have a way of telling time. So the mosque would inform them it's time to pray. You don't need that anymore. Everybody's got at least a wristwatch or a time on their phone. They know when it's time to pray. There's no need to
Not to
do
mention,
that. They do it to
let's get
intimidate and to prove that they can.
let's get real here. The reason why they need to pray 5 times a day is because they're that sick.
They're sinners. They're that sick. Yeah, they are
Yeah.
evil. I'm sorry.
Yep. There you go. So anyway, yeah. So that's being managed now because uh, we literally cannot operate um, any kind of organization, any kind of city with this bedlam going around. They're just generating chaos, and
Did you know
that's
that in the 50s,
yeah.
Congress passed a law saying that Muslims could not hold public office? And Obama, when he was in office, quietly killed that bill. Okay, this is why you see so many Muslims. The Muslims are uniting with the communists. They're communists. They call themselves social democrats. They are really communists, and they are uniting to fight against the country they hate, which is the United States. They're trying to take us over from within, trying to overthrow us, and then their plans are after they take over, then they will be at each other's throats. Okay, but right now they think they can get a better deal under socialist democracy, which is bullshit. because no other system in the world has ever helped people change their life and improve their life, their lifestyles as our system. By our system, I mean what is known as the capitalist system. Or, as Bill Whittle put it, even better, we shouldn't call it capitalism versus communism. We should call it individualism versus collectivism, where
Yeah.
collectivism is, as he explains, you have to consider the benefit of whatever you do for the common good for everyone. Individualism, you have to consider what's good for yourself and your family and so forth. But what is good for you and your family is also good for the community in general. And that's why this country has prospered like no other. All right.
Well,
And even those countries that Americans think are socialist, and the Denmark PM years ago said, "Stop calling us socialist. We're not. We are a capitalist country, but we have social programs. That's it." But the reason, it's through this what is called capitalism that all these countries have thrived, and the countries that have gone under communism, under Marxism, let's say, have not thrived. Oh, they haven't done it right. This and that. So the Soviet Union had 70 plus years to prove it works. It didn't work.
yeah, charity is not proof of socialism. It's proof.
China is not proof either, because China would have been bankrupt if it hadn't allowed
Say China.
private ownership.
China. I said charity. Charity is not proof of socialism. Okay. So the thing is that these people talk about social welfare. Okay, that is essentially charity. Okay, that is the United States saying there are people that have been laid low, and we need to go ahead and take care of our own. That's not the same thing as socialism. That is just,
well, charities used to collect a lot more money than they do these days. Remember, there used to be what they called what was it? The ethnic groups all had their own little societies, little clubs, and so forth that helped people from that particular country of that national ethnic background find their way here in the United States. They'd help them find jobs, find a place to live, and so on, and give them food and money until as long as they needed it for a while. But charitable contributions have gone down by individuals a lot because everybody says, "Oh, the government will do it. The government will take care of it. We got welfare now. Thank you, Lyndon Johnson, for destroying an entire race of people. The black people, destroying the black family, basically,
yes.
because they had a smaller divorce rate than white people did up until that time. And now, if you have a man living in the house, you can't get welfare. So the man either lives in the house and runs when the inspector comes by, or lives somewhere else altogether. And the kids grow up with no discipline. And this is why you have wilding occurring in the street.
And there's no protector in the house. The primary purpose in a family is to protect the family. The woman is the nurturer. The man is
to teach, and also to teach discipline and the proper way to do things, the proper way to be a man,
and bring home food and basically support the family. But the thing is that when you start thinking that, when you start creating this ideology that masculinity is inherently caustic and unacceptable, then you basically have eradicated half of your species. So the thing is that I believe it was Carl Jung who talked about the Aminus and the Amina, the two masculine and the feminine side of our psychology. We need to nurture both. We need to nurture our Aminus and our Amina. So the thing is that without a male influence in households, then that means that children are not being fully developed. They're being partially developed. Now, especially if there's no male influence on the outside, that is enough to make up for the loss of the father.
Male role model.
Right. And the other thing is, it also makes that household vulnerable because thieves are going to go to a house where there is no man, and because they don't have to worry about taking a risk and bumping into a fight. So there's a lot of reasons why.
Thieves and rapists, too.
Yeah. So, and the other thing is that throughout history, the consolidation of the man and the woman into a single unit has brought us all the way here. It works. When you have a male and female working together, you get her strengths and his strengths, you put them together, and you get things done. And when you go ahead and you pervert that in various ways, you can pervert it in various ways, then what happens is you end up not following a winning path. And you cross your fingers.
Hold on a second. I'm getting a text from Sutton again.
I'm Henry VIII. I am Henry VIII. I am. I was married to the widow next door. She was married several times before, and all of them was a Henry, not a Harry, Dick, or Sam. Henry.
Everyone was an Henry.
Henry
Mary, Willie, or Sam.
Second
I'm a
verse.
old man. I'm Henry. Henry VIII. I am.
Bet you don't know who that was who sang it.
I know. Herman of Herman's Hermits. Peter
Very,
Noon.
very good.
Noon with an E at the end.
Okay.
He's still around. He's still performing. And he's older than we are.
Yes. Well, they say once you cross the 70 mark, if you're still viable, you got a long way to go.
Well, that does, yeah.
Oh, by the way, on a personal note, Wendy and I did, Wendy is another member of our group. We did 35.8 miles on our bicycles on the Delaware this past Saturday. And it was not all flat. It was, I would say about 20% of it was hilly.
Okay.
So that was a hell of a workout. At 72, not bad.
Speaking of Wendy, we're going to be doing hopefully next week, we'll be doing another lofty learning lesson. We haven't done one in a while. Yeah. So, our last one was
she wants to
be a handyman. What's that?
She wants to do parenting.
The one on parenting. Okay. All right. Do I have that script yet? Do I have to look it up or in my emails or? Okay, cool. All right. Anyway,
I think
what was I going to say? What's that?
I think we're good.
That's what I was going to say.
No, you weren't.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us in this episode, this non-interview episode. And we'll see you again next time.
What? An example of poor taste. That's what this is. An example of poor taste.
There you go. Okay. We'll be back. Hopefully the next episode will be the lofty learning lesson and with Wendy. And we'll see you next time on The View From Here, Behind Enemy Lines. And again, please visit our website at The View From Here, Behind Enemy Lines.net, is it? Or you can go to, what's the other address?
Let me read it to you. Okay. So this way you get it exactly. It is www.theviewfromhere hyphen behind enemy lines. And that is at
squarespace.com.
Net. Just .net.
I apologize. Squarespace.net. Okay. Well, this goodbye has taken too long again, as usual. So we'll see you next time.
You say hello, I say